buy a product, you research everything about that product. Suppose you are going to purchase a car. So apart from the price of the car, you will also check its mileage, model, design, and engine conditions, etc. Similarly, if a company has released an IPO, so is it only necessary for you to know what the price of IPO is? Or is it also important to know why the company is doing it? Why does the company need funds all of a sudden? Whether the company will use it for expansion or it will use it for paying off the debts. Is the company making profits or is it in losses? So on this note, let's decode the IPO of Macrotech Developers, popularly known as the Lodha Developers, in a case study format. Now, Lodha Developers is one of the residential real estate companies and their major focus is in affordable and mid-income housing. Now, they are based in Mumbai and metropolitan regions, also known as the MMR, and they are also based in Pune. Now, if we talk about the revenue, then the company has earned approximately. Due to COVID, many companies have made losses, and it is the same with Lodha Developers for the year 2021. If we talk more in detail about the issue that was done by Lodha, the total fresh issue was 2,500 crores at a price band of 483 to 486 rupees. The post-issue market cap of this company will be 21,739 crores, which will be 29.18 times more of the previous year's earnings. Now, if we talk more about the company, then they are also under the expansion in the logistics and industrial park portfolio. They have projects in MMR region and they also have 2 real estate projects in London. Now, one thing to note here is that they have 18.6 million square feet of unsold inventory, which is a huge figure. They have 30% ready to move in inventory and the 57% revenue that they have got was from their unsold inventory only. So there's important thing here that you need to know is that they have huge unsold inventory lying with them. Now, if we have a look at the real estate sector, then the entire sector itself have faced losses since 2014-15 and Lodha is no different. Even the developers had to face the losses, but if you see a bigger picture, they had an increase of 10% CAGR overall. In 2014 to 2020, it shows a positive development in future. Right now, the major population is the youth population. So the dependency rate is low. Both men and women are working together for their own homes. So the real estate sector is showing a positive growth. So basically, this is due to the huge demographic shift, which will see a rise in demand for the real estate in future. Now, we all know that real estate is the core sector and so will it be in future also. It is in fact predicted that it will contribute approximately 13% of India's GDP by 2025. Now, all the sources that I am mentioning, the figures and etc., all the sources are mentioned here in the report itself. Now coming to the competitors. If you have invested in DLF, then you will see that it is the largest market player in terms of market cap. DLF had made a revenue of 68,405 crores and Lodha came first in terms of market revenue, which was 12,443 crores in the previous year. Now, if you see the debt equity ratio, you will see that Lodha has the highest debt equity ratio, which is 4.5 times. This amounts to rupees 18,662.2 crores. So this is a very huge amount of debt, which is an alarming factor here. Apart from this, the overall net worth of the sector also seemed bad. DLF, in fact, if you see, is negative here. Now coming back to the Lodha that we were talking about. So if we understand the overall positioning of the company, then it has a lot of debt, out of which 16,174 crore is short term. We need to think where the company will bring all this money from. Other than that, the company has a huge unsold inventory or the properties, but there is no one to purchase them. Also, there is a geographical restriction, as the major properties are based in Mumbai and Pune only. Now, if you see on the screen, then we have shown you everything in a nutshell here. Every coin has two sides. It is the same here. Due to COVID restrictions, every sector is looking exhausted. It is a problem for the Lodha developers also. But you should not forget that it also is a unique player in its industry. It has a brand image, but it also has heavy inventory and debts. So you have to keep both the points in mind. So now we have evaluated every point and understood how this sector will perform in future. Well, Lodha IPO after got subscribed 1.36 times, which was divided into several investor categories that we discussed before. So after understanding the entire IPO analysis, I hope that you will be able to do a thorough case study of your own. In case you want to study more reports, then you can go to the Stockage section, and from the Edge report section, you can download these case studies. So that's all in this entire chapter.